Good afternoon, San Carlos. So it's Wednesday, our day one at the bar, and I finished all the prep. I just got to do the chili left, and then everything is ready for the menu. Not going to do any seafood this week until Friday, and I'll just do fish and chips. The coconut shrimp haven't been selling, and I've been eating a lot of shrimp, and as you folks know, I'm not a big seafood fan. Not that I don't like it, I just don't see it as special, because in Canada I eat a crazy amount of seafood. So here, where it's a more premium item, cost-wise, no point in me buying it if it isn't selling. So it's a shame because the coconut, I just found it shredded here, so I got everything I need to make it happen, but yeah, not moving. So I took the van out for a rip, and it was doing good until you get up to about 80k an hour, and then that bearing in the front starts to rattle. It's definitely that. Or an axle. I hope it's just a bearing, because that's of course much cheaper and easier, but I'll get it on a hoist next week or something. I had an advanced order for today for fish and chips, and they canned out because they want to wait till Friday. So that sucks. And Charlie's like, oh, come get a burger. Yeah. So we'll see if we make any customers today. I got the gate wide open, and we'll see. So I'm going to start working on some campaigns for the game there, get different box sets ready, because one of the things I will definitely want to do is open up the online store to start selling cities again. They're purposeful for all editions of the game, for any variation, whether you're playing GURPS or D&D or any other role-play system, because they just do all the hard work for you, designing the town, designing the buildings, throwing in the loot, all that kind of stuff. You just have to tweak it to whatever edition you're playing, but you don't have to do the hours and hours and hours of world building. So, and you can always add whatever you want. Like, I leave my structures very open, so there's something in the Giffen you want to throw in somewhere, hide it in the closet in the back of the bakery, you can. The closet's there, right? But no, it's one of those things where we are going to do that, because I got to do something while I'm waiting for people. I was going to start playing Heroes again, because I played that quite a bit and taught the little woman how to play. And if her nephews had a computer still, I would have taught them how to play too. But so it is what it is. I definitely think that if I did do an internet cafe over here, I could definitely set it up where there would be like a weekly Heroes tournament. Maybe if they buy a membership a month, I give them the game to go home and play for free if they're lucky enough to have access to a computer. But so went down to the market today. It was kind of busy for the end of the month. I think some people, it's the 29th here, 28th back home, so happy birthday, Mimi. I was going to activate my phone for Canada, but I've already done it 3 times this month, and it's getting kind of expensive to give Rogers all that extra money. So I just sent a WhatsApp to the people who needed to hear from me today. I'm looking forward to November. We'll see how it goes. Also, of course, tomorrow, technically today here, but tomorrow in North America, we should be seeing Three Eye Atlas. So that should be interesting to see if we can actually see it, what it looks like. It does send a little radio signal down. It's been hyped for now, three months at least. Every day my feeds are just filled with it on YouTube. Peeps are making clickbait material left, right, and center with it. So now it's the poop or get off the pot kind of thing, right? And either it happens or it doesn't. So we'll see. Doesn't make a difference to me, but we've reached the day of the, whether it's going to be real or not. And I took the truck for a rip, and it was good, and I found a nice little secret free parking spot downtown, so I have to give up 15 pesos to park, and got vegetables, got some meats, I'm doing okay. I blasted my stock, of course, so this week is as dead as last week. Then I guess the gig's up, and because without sales I really can't turn over material, and if I can't turn it over, I can't buy fresh next week. So we'll see how that goes. But everyone's up their prices at the markets here. because like I said, they're doing their Christmas now from September to the end of December. So everyone's trying to cash out as much as they can. Just like if I had an extra 2K right now, like dollars, I would be able to make a fortune on that because there's so many bikes and cars for sale at giveaway prices online right now, as everyone is trying to sell off what they can so they have Christmas money and New Year's money. So I'd love to have known and been prepared to be a little robber baron because, I've seen bikes for sale that for 4,000, 5,000 pesos that have papers. I mean, I could flip those for 10 or 12, no problem if I fix them up. So, because that is one of my goals. I think that I need to focus on more than just the bar for an income. Just like I applied to a few resort jobs locally for resort managers here in the Philippines that were on the websites there, Indeed and LinkedIn. I mean, the pay is small compared to what it would be in Canada, but if I'm staying here, it's more than enough for here. And one of my friends who has a birthday in early April might be over here for the birthday, and he's like, hey, would you fly back with me? So if that happens, that would be really good. That means I'm theoretically going to get my flight home. So just in time for Good Friday. So we'll see how that goes. I really want to make sure my kid gets her paperwork in order before I go. So maybe I can bring her and the missus. And if not, then at least that paperwork is done. So when I go to Canada with copies of it, I can go to an embassy, I can get everything dealt with there, so it's already done, right? And when I'm in Canada, these stupid little fees is not that bad because I make money when I'm there. So I'll be okay. Whereas here, the little fees start to nickel and dime you and kill you if you don't have a source of an income. Same with the fridge. I finally found a guy through another expat who I haven't had a chance to call him because I don't have any money, but who might be able to fix the fridge I have. I still got the guy waiting for me to go pick up the fridge in Escalante. I got the van, I got the tank of gas. I lack the money to pay him. So all I need is sales this week at the bar, and that can change everything around. So we'll see. It is end of the month. It's not the same as in the West where end of the month you get all these pensioners and people with money, but you get the Westerners with their pension and money. So maybe, just maybe, I'll have a good week. I guess we'll see. I'll keep you all updated, of course. So yeah, no, I had to throw out some vegetables this week, but I didn't waste any meat. So I've perfected buying just the right amount of meat every morning to cover either like 3 or 4 orders and or my meals and the woman's meals for the 2 days I can keep stuff cold on ice. But vegetables was a different story because they just take up so much space and you can't put them on ice. And so yeah, I lost a couple heads of lettuce, a couple tomatoes, a couple green peppers, stack of beans, but these are all minimal. Like, I mean, maybe 400 pesos worth of stuff, so like $10, $15, not that much. But I just don't like to waste anything, as folks go on with Cheap Charlie, and that's how I'm able to survive on such a small budget over here. And I was lucky last night, one of the gaming guys I know from way back in the day, who follows the channel, thanks a lot, boys, just threw me a couple coffees. But you know what? That couple coffees paid my water bill, topped up my electric bill, so at least I'll have those things paid this week. So, it's small amounts go a long way over here, a really long way. So, on that same token, if I can, have the bar actually start taking off, that makes the world a difference too. So, no, I'm going to be really focused this week to make sure that we just get by. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do for next week or for the 10th of November for rent, because that's an actual pretty big number here. Small back home, but if some of these November payments from the government of Canada kick in and they're auto-deposited, I'll be okay. We'll see if they are or not. I'm trying to, be optimistic. So, but no, I did some online, like Facebook clubs that are like, oh, if you're under 500 people, follow us, we'll follow you back. So we'll see if that helps to boost the numbers at all this week. But I haven't really been holding my breath for that. I mean, I really do want to see 500 by the end of the year here on the channel, but that would be literally doubling what I have now in 2 months, and I just don't know if that's feasible. I stayed at, at the 200 mark for so long, and then I dropped to below 100 for a while. Now I've rebuilt a bit, but so many of you watch and you don't subscribe. Which, hey, whatever your reasons is, whatever your reasons are, I'm not going to pass judgment. It'd just be a whole lot appreciated if you hit that subscribe button, or tell a friend to hit that subscribe button. And if you're one of the other bloggers that I follow and I sometimes mention, like I thank Sad Grandpa, he follows, and Sunshine Shoulders follows, and Expats in the Philippines follows, So these are channels I follow. But there are a couple Canadians that I know, are on here, and I follow them. I don't think they follow me. Now, maybe they've never even seen my videos, who knows, right? Some of these guys get pretty big, and so they don't have time for the little guy. I fully understand. Plus, some of these guys aren't living on their blog. Like, they blog because they have fun with it, but they don't watch blogs. They're just, and they're not doing one every single day. So, there are different kinds of people here, for sure, doing different kinds of things with the blog situation. I'm not monetized. I'm one of the few guys who's not trying necessarily just to make money off this. It's about information and sharing stuff and learning stuff. And then with the van videos, it's because if you're looking for any information on that van, that model type here in the Philippines, in English, it's impossible. And there's so many of these vans. I can't be the only Westerner who's ever owned one. So one of the guys suggested I use a rope to snake the windshield wiper fluid hose out rather than take apart the dash. So I'll look into that option. I'll see if I can see the ends of the hose or not and go from there. My thing is I don't mind taking apart the dash since I've got nothing better to do. And there are a lot of dash lights that may or may not be blown. So I want to make sure that they are not blown. So if the dummy light should be coming on, warning me, hey, you got no brakes, or hey, you got no engine issues, or so you got engine issues, or something else is wrong, oil is bad. And the only reason why I'm not knowing is the dummy light's dead. That's a 10, 20, 30 peso bulb to save that grief. So one of the things I'm going to definitely do when I take apart the dash is clean it all, for sure. Get some contact going for every contact under there so everything stays running good. And replace all those lights. Because part of my problem is I buy, the 6th or 7th of November. If I'm still tapped out and I can't go to rent, I'm going to post that van for sale for probably 70 or 75,000 peso. I'm seeing vans in way worse condition advertised for more than that aren't even automatic. You see, the one glory of my van is it's an automatic, which are pretty rare over here. It's part of why I got it, and also part of why I don't want to sell it, because I'm not sure I'm going to find another automatic. And I can drive standard, but it's a lot harder to teach a rookie driver how to drive standard. So, and I really want the missus to learn to drive, maybe the missus' sister, maybe an employee or two, because for me, when I'm gone, if I can leave that vehicle as a work vehicle and they're able to drive it legally, that just makes one less thing for me to worry about when I'm gone at Easter, right? And my goal really is to get the bar going well enough that the bar can just keep going in my absence. The missus can run it as the owner-operator, her sister can help her maybe, maybe not, and 2 or 3 of these new young waitresses that I'm hiring can help her out, right? So they're like out front, dealing with the customers. I finally got real order books. Originally the guy in Buckle said, oh yeah, they're carbon copies, and there are 2 copies, the white one and the yellow one. And in Canada, normally the carbon's built right into the paper. Alas, here it is not, and I had to go find carbon paper. So I did, and then I cut the sheet down. If I do get orders today, it'll be done proper with a real order system, so I can start actually keeping track of things. But I mean, realistically, I already know I've been losing every week on the bar restaurant because I'm feeding myself. I'm not having any customers, but I'm also not wasting things. So I'm not really losing because I'll be buying those groceries anyways. But it's like tomorrow night I'm going to do a pasta dish with some meatballs because I got some really good pasta sauce I made. I'm going to go buy more meat for the chili tomorrow anyways. Because right now the chili is just going to be vegetarian today. And then if I got new meat, I might as well do a sauce and do some meatballs. So I'll start doing maybe Thursdays and Fridays. I'll always have pasta available. So I'll just boil a big pot and I'll portion it. The only thing I haven't seen here is Ziploc bags. So I'm gonna find those when I go up to one of the bigger cities because I don't see them here in the stores. They sell cellophane, they sell wax paper, they sell aluminum foil, but I haven't seen like a Ziploc bag because they're great for portioning, especially things like pasta. Put a bit of oil in the water to keep the noodles from congealing together. You strain them, you chill them fast, you put them in the bag. That same portion, all you gotta do is dump that out and heat it up with the pan, say with the sauce, so you get a better production of the noodle in the end. And that's a nice little 100 peso meal for people, right? So, because I do want to get a few, cheaper items on the menu just to attract the Filipino customers. But no matter what, even if they're stuck here in the house where I am with the restaurant bar while I'm gone, pretty much the week I get back, I'll be moving it downtown to the boulevard or some other high traffic spot. Because when I go to Canada, I'll sell the RV, I'll sell the boat, I'll sell stuff off, and I'll come back with a nice little bag of cash. And now that I have lived in San Carlos for a few months, by then it'll be 6 months, I know it better. Like now I know where to get car parts and car stuff. I know where to go for nuts and bolts. I know where to go for odd dishes and odds and ends. So that know-how is really what I was missing from Jensen, because I had Jensen wired. I knew General Santos where I need to get everything I needed to get. Except for packaging. I always had a problem with packaging. They told me about all these package stores, but I never found them. And that's why sushi kind of was the way it was, right? Here, I don't have packaging, but the only thing I put in packaging is fries, which suck because I'm putting them in like a clamshell / burger box. I'd like to get the tall stand-up ones we use in chip trucks in North America. So then I just start slinging fries like I'm a chip truck even, right? So, because these people do like their French fries and they don't get real potatoes like what I make. So, and my goal would be almost I get a second fryer. So I'd have one that's for like seafoods and one that's just for fries. And I am due to change my oil this week. But I told her, I said, save oil because you can use it as a lubricant on things, right? So, like food-wise in the pan and stuff. But it's not really dark yet because I haven't had that many sales, right? Just like I haven't made egg rolls since I've been here because I haven't found the skins I need to make the egg rolls. And I know that people say, oh, they haven't. I said, no. Those are like lumpia skins, which are thinner and they get crispier. They're not the same as egg roll skins. So if you start trying to put a whole bunch of shrimp and chicken and cabbage and sprouts and stuff inside one of them, as soon as you deep fry it, just shatters into pieces and you get all that debris in your oil, right? So I really do need that thicker egg roll style. Now, I had a guy who was going to work with me in Jensen who knew how to make egg roll paste dough like from scratch. So we would just get a rolling pin, roll it out, cut the squares ourselves, and then put them together. And I'm fine to do it that level of work if I have to. Because the great thing about something like egg rolls when you have freezer space is you can freeze them and people will buy them to take home and cook, right? So we did a pork one, we did a shrimp one, we did a chicken one. They were real popular at the deli in Canada. So I think here they would be too. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of what the plan is. And I still want those fridges on Sipawise. So I'm going to try and talk to the German. I made another friend on the island who has a boat. So what I'm going to try and do is by next Monday, I haven't solved the fridge issue. I'm going to see about maybe going to Sipaway one more time to get proper measurements of all the fridges that are there. So I can talk to the boat guy who comes in on Fridays. And if his boat will do it, I'll pay him to do it. Maybe I only have to pay him in food for whatever. I'll see what he can work out with me, who knows. But because if I had those big commercial fridges, including the big commercial freezer, I could start being like a refined grocery. I would be selling meat, sure. They want a tube of real ground beef, I'll have it. Or a tube of ground pork, I'll have it, I won't be selling the same things as the grocery store. But then I could also start producing things like a bag of cabbage rolls, a bag of egg rolls, limpias that aren't fried yet, but they're ready to go in the oil, and they've been flash frozen. So almost like a plant, right? In Canada, I'd have to go through so many other departments of government entities to establish myself as a plant. That's why I never did it with the fish markets back home. But here they don't have any of those checks and balances. Now, I don't mind because I run a ridiculously clean kitchen for local standards. But I also would do the same with a plant, right? Like I was talking to a guy about a nice big stainless steel table, but the thing's only 30 inches tall. And the whole problem I'm having with all these tables and the counters here is I'm 6 foot and the counters are all made for someone who's 5 foot, five if they're lucky. So I'm still always bent over to chop stuff, bent over. Like sometimes I'll get on my knees to chop stuff and do stuff here because it's just so hard on my back being bent over like that. So in Canada, I make my own tables. Here, I can't find the basic tools and ingredients I need. Now, I have a hammer, and in Jensen, I had like a handsaw, which is brutal to do stuff with, but doable, right? So if I sell the van, part of my plan will be I'll pay the rent for the 2 more months of the year, but I'll also buy another van or something to flip, to drive, so I sell a vehicle. But also I will buy some tools. I think I definitely want to buy an electric drill. Definitely want to buy an electric saw because then I can even start doing mild carpentry work. I got those skills too, right? So, because my house is so ridiculously empty, like I don't even have shelves to put stuff on. But I see scrap lumber all the time, all over the place that I could refurbish. I'm savvy enough that I could do that. And if it's something like a work table, the only part I need to be really, really new and mint and nice is the top. So I could cut the legs any length I need, make it tall enough, do all of that, and it would just make my kitchen a bit more productive. Just like I want to get the San Carlos Rider program, which is their version of Maxi, for food deliveries going. I'd hopefully get it done this week, so I'm going to look into that today too. So yeah, that's pretty much my day in a nutshell. Day one of the bars. This was mostly, I guess, a bar update / some van in there. But I'm always open to questions, so feel free to send me a Gmail question if you want. And always appreciate a donation of a cup of coffee or two. So that, if you're Canadian, you can be interested in the e-transferred. If you're over here, I can take gcash. If you're elsewhere, parts yonder, I can do PayPal. So all of those links are in the description. So yeah, but like I said in the beginning of the video, it'd be really, really appreciative if you know other bloggers or you know other people who are coming over to the Philippines, tell them about my channel, get them to follow. I really would love to see the growing of the subscriber list, you know. I don't know if it's a really list, I don't know if I can see who's on it or not, but I'm just not that savvy. But I know I can see the number of how many. So I would love it if November can be the month of the 200s and 300s. And December can be the month of the 400s on the way to 500, right? So make it a Christmas gift to the captain, if you will, telling a friend or two. So sharing is caring. Tell them about my channel. Just don't share your personal info. And of course, stay safe out there, right? Enjoy your holiday. If you're over here, you're already celebrating Christmas. So, you know, Feliz Navidad and Noel and all that other fun stuff. And if you are back home, you don't start Christmas for a while. It's Halloween in a few days. They don't really celebrate that here, which bums me out. It's my favorite holiday of the year. Maybe when I'm big enough one year, I'll be able to do a big Halloween bash here, like I was planning to do in Jensen. Didn't work out last year in Jensen either. Although normally I'm also in Thailand for Halloween, and I do love that. People who watch the Thailand videos know, you know, I dress right up. I got the stuffed parrot. I have a good old time. But no, it's one of those things where here they don't celebrate it. So the 1st and 2nd November are like depressing days honoring their dead. And they stay at home mostly, or they all go to cemeteries. So I guess that's why there isn't really a party feel on the 31st. But so everyone back home, have a great Halloween. Back home in Canada, I should say, because this is my real home now. And yeah, so, and we definitely will be doing something for the 11th of November. I know they don't really celebrate Veterans Day, Memorial Day, whatever other term you want to call it. Remembrance Day, we call it. But I did get a nice little dress for the missus to wear on that day that's made out of poppies. It's awesome. So I'll make sure I showcase that. And I will definitely do some sort of promo for any local vets. And I'll put that on a few other pages as well. So So yeah, like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell so you hear when new videos come, and sharing is caring. Have a great day, everyone.